17 features that are still missing in the Caves and Cliffs update. The Minecraft 1.17 Cave update brings one of the community's most desired changes to the game, but there's still plenty of features that us fans would love to see added in the next update. So here's how we think they could implement some of our favorites. And hey, the new Warden mob can only see you if you cause a lot of noise, so make sure to stay extra quiet and safe by minding that subscribe button super silent. It's free and it helps out a ton. Number 1. Having to sleep in Minecraft feels like kind of a buzzkill. So wouldn't it be cool if we could turn this would-be chore into something with a little bit more flair? Which is why the rationale here is if we're able to customize our shields, why can't we also use banners to put into our bed sheets? Think about it, being able to accessorize your bedspread adds a level of customizability in a game that's already full of it. I think it'd be a lot of fun, and plus it adds a little bit more variation to when you put your bed next to someone else's. Just saying. Number 2. If you're into the more technical sides of Minecraft, then you've definitely dreamed about movable tile entities. And while to the rest of us laymen that sounds a little confusing, what it basically means is that you're able to push around container entities like chests using pistons. And just by saying that, I'm sure your brains light up at all the different kinds of machines you can make with those. Whether that's a super sneaky way to hide away your valuables in storage, or whatever this is, I'm sure you can think of plenty of great things if this gets added into the game. Number 3. Now with the new update, we get the advent of these things called bundles. And while that is a needed change, don't you feel like it could just be a little more? Well, that's why we're still campaigning for proper backpacks to get added into Minecraft. And by that, I mean adding different variations to these things. Like, what if you could have different sizes, small, medium, and large, for the different amounts of items you gotta carry? Or better yet, what if we got an Ender variant of this that would already link up to the Ender chest network you got going at your base? And while bundles are definitely a needed change on the road to this, I see it as just that, a step in the right direction, not the final destination for this. Number 4. Dogs are a real best friend. Or more specifically, this dog. Only this dog, all dogs look like this. Which is sort of a shame, given that cats have so much more variation with the different kinds you can get. So for the future update, how about if we got different skins and breed variants for the dogs? This would be a really simple change that would add a lot of really fun variety to these mobs. And even more, it puts you one step closer to being able to perfectly recreate your home in Minecraft if your best friend's right there next to you. Considering that this change can already be done very well through the use of resource packs, I think there's no reason this shouldn't make it into the future game. Number 5. The lighting engine in Minecraft has come a long way. I mean, look back at some of the old updates and you'll see as much. It really stands out like a sore thumb. Which, to continue that grand path of evolution, I think that's why the Minecraft lighting engine needs to add colored lights in the new update. And if you're looking for an example of this, then go no further than Minecraft Bedrock's RTX beta. Clearly, it can be done, and when you look at how beautiful some of these screenshots are, it's really no reason why it shouldn't be done. I mean, having sea lanterns and glowstone give off different types of lighting is one thing, but when you actually see that glass can tint the colors of lights like we can with beacon beams, it's beautiful. Number 6. And if we're looking to make Minecraft look even more beautiful and realistic, then the community's already got us covered and then some. Obviously, the shaders created by the likes of Sonic Ether, Silders, and so much more in the community speak for themselves. So I think it's prime time that we add in built-in shader support to Minecraft. I mean, this already seemed to have been teased by the super secret settings in the menu that was removed in recent updates, so how about we remove the secret entirely and just get these stinking features put in the game? Because I know for me at least, when the new generation gets added on the caves and mountains in this next update, I want to be able to experience those with shaders from day one, not just waiting until Optifine gets it together and updates to download mine. Number 7. The sounds in Minecraft are iconic, but what I would love is different filters being put on these sound effects that we know and love. Little details like the sound muffling when you go behind a wall or underwater, or just adding reverberation to different spacious caves and new areas that are added in the game. I think that'd be really spectacular, and it would add so much more atmosphere to what seems to be an update all about that. And if you think I sound crazy, then all you gotta do is download the Sound Filters mod and play a music disc in one of these large open areas to really get a feel of how great it could be. Number 8. If there's anything that builders love in Minecraft, it's whenever a new block gets added in. So while I'm not saying we need big sweeping changes that are just built for them like the World of Color update in 1.12, what would be cool is building off of that with different stairs, slabs, and wall variants for the concrete items added in. Think about it, by just mapping these textures onto the already existing models, we could get so much more variety to build with. So whether it's adding a splash of color to your staircase down to the mines to find amethyst, or even just breaking up some of that copper roof you got going on, I think this would be a welcome change, and one that I'd definitely love to see in 1.17. Number 9. Getting the orientation for certain blocks can sometimes be a little wonky. Like maybe you're building a roof and the stair you placed just broke your pattern, or you're messing around with redstone and the observer just isn't facing the right way. So I think that's why so many of us are begging for a new rotation tool to be added in. You can see as much with Carpet Mod's flipping cactus for switching around terracotta, or Vanilla Tweaks' wrench item. People really want these features added into the game. So if the new update gave us a simple feature like this that would let us tweak our mistakes and fix them right there, I think that'd be a welcome addition we'd all love to see. Number 10. Shulker boxes are an invaluable item to the game, and since the new bundle item can be placed inside of a shulker box, I don't think they're getting replaced anytime soon, but rather they're becoming more and more important to your Minecraft journey. So if you play on a big multiplayer server, then you definitely know the pain of these things being a limited item. And while certain SMPs have different workarounds like resetting the end or having a shulker spawner, I don't think that's a very good fix. So rather, the more simple solution would be having shulkers actually respawn in the end cities. The Carpet mod already allows for this to be toggled on as a modification, and as someone who's played around with it, I can personally say this is a very vanilla feeling change that ends that shulker shortage problem. Number 11. For those of you who have spent the time leveling up a cartographer villager, I'm sure you're well and familiar with one of these. And while these explorer maps are pretty cool, especially if you're trying to find that woodland mansion or ocean monument, as soon as you track those down, they're not as helpful. So to help out these villager stocks, what if they also sold maps that led you to rare biomes? Think about it, when you've got your emeralds saved up and you're looking for an adventuring time, then you could go by one of these guys and have them sell you a map straight over to a mushroom island. That could really make for some exciting trips. And it would put some of the more valuable biomes on the game right on the table for us to build bases in it, giving us both a journey and a new place to stay. Number 12. If a netherite shell can already help to keep us and our insides safe from lava and burning, then what if it could do the same for our valuables? One great suggestion I've seen pop up that I completely agree with is the netherite shulker box. Which is, what if we could reinforce that shulker shell with a few of our netherite ingots so that our items inside wouldn't burn or be blown up by any mobs? This can make a really great sidekick for all those nether explorations you've been doing since the last update. And being able to keep multiple different pocket storage items safe from a lava bath makes it even more helpful than an ender chest, giving us a worthwhile trade-off for a pretty expensive best buddy. Number 13. Now, this is an idea that's already been talked to death, but I think the amount of people that are really singing the praises of this just goes to show how wanted of a feature it could be. Because think about it, if we've already got machines that automate the mining part of Minecraft, then it's only fair if we balance it out by automating the crafting side as well. I, for one, would love to use these to clean up the storage for my iron and gold farms. And I'm sure that's only scratching the surface for some of the amazing machines we can make with this involved. So I guess what I'm saying is, why should the mods have all the fun, and let's get one of these in the game as soon as possible. Number 14. When you're super late game into a Minecraft survival world, then you're probably well and familiar that sand is not a regenerable item. At least, not through regular means. There are sand dupers, but we're really not trying to have sand duplication be any kind of intended feature in the game. So for that sake, I think it's prime time to add in some renewable form of sand generation into the game. For this, we could take the skyblock route where husks actually drop the sand, which is a pretty good suggestion considering that it would give more value to that mob. But also, my favorite and perhaps the way wackier solution is to drop anvils on top of cobble and smash those rocks down into sand. And being able to farm this item without exploiting a game-breaking glitch, that's priceless to me. Number 15. Anyone who's beat the Ender Dragon for sure has one of these things hanging out in a chest or around their base. That's about all it's good for. And while there are plenty proponents of having this thing hatch in certain setups and being able to tame your own tiny dragon, I have to admit that does sound pretty cool, but it might not exactly fit in, especially with Mojang not wanting to make big sweeping changes all the time. So instead, another idea that I would really like to see is some form of conduit-style machine with this idea. How about instead, if we use the dragon egg in a machine, we were able to get some form of creative mode flying in the short area. And while it doesn't have to be that, I think it does point out how cool it would be to be able to take this thing into the late game of Minecraft and have some really great reward for doing it. Number 16. While it's easy to sit here and talk about all the new features that Minecraft should and could add in for the new updates, I think we're doing a disservice by glossing over the changes that they've added and haven't done anything with. Which is why I'd love to see zombie horses, illusioners, and even giants get added into the survival main game. The developers have already put time into these mobs, and I think we owe it to them to put them into the mainstay. So while I don't personally have any ideas of how to implement these unused mobs, I do think it's worthwhile to take them out of the code, dust them off, and get them finally into the regular gameplay. With all this talk of who do you choose in the mob vote, I think it's finally time that we give these old favorites some time in the spotlight. Number 17. The customization opportunities of leather armor is pretty spectacular, and I think a lot of us would love to use it if the armor quality for leather didn't suck. Instead, I think it might be worthwhile to take some of those qualities and add them into the regular armor, and especially into the elytras. Think about it, being able to dye and mess around with the color scheme of your favorite armors. Or better yet, how about taking a banner design and throwing it on the back of an elytra just like they do with the Minecon capes. There's so much opportunity here and it could really be something cool to look into. And with that folks, go spelunking to that red button down below and have a good one. Alright,